Was it? First of all, let's see a smile on your face. That's better. Right. Good morning, first year.
Good morning, Mr. Rhyddings.
Even better. Even better. Now, we're going to start our assembly this morning by singing hymn number 2 on the blue card. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Would you stand, please? Stand quietly. Make sure you can see one of the blue cards, and let's hear you sing with gusto this morning. Thank you, Mr. Kieran. Pass your hymn cards to the end of the row and then pass them forward. Just wait a moment whilst you do that quietly. Thank you. Now I want you to answer some questions this morning. All right? It's confession time. Time to admit everything. First of all, and you can answer in the balcony as well, I don't mind. First of all, raise your hand if you're no good at maths. Right, hands down. You're all a very modest lot. Hands up if you're no good at English. Right, hands down. Hands up if you cannot manage to swim a length of the bath. Hands down. Hands up if you're nearly always last in the cross country. Hands down. What an honest group you are. Now, why have I asked you to do that? Because all those people have probably put their hands up for maths and English and swimming and cross country and all the things which you're not good at might be, and I hope you are, what we call heroic failures. Heroic failures. And we're going to just have a quick word about heroic failures this morning. Let me see. Have we got any people in here who have ever done the 90-metre ski jump? I don't believe you. Put your hands down. And I don't think there's anybody in here called Eddie Edwards, is there? Did you see him? Did you see him? Yeah. Marvellous, wasn't it? Like a sack of potatoes going down a chute. But wasn't he a brave man? And wasn't it good of him to be able to actually make an attempt? Do you know, I was reading in one of the newspapers, and sometimes it's a bit difficult to believe everything you read in a newspaper, but I was reading that on these practice jumps, he actually used a helmet tied on with a piece of string. And of course, on one occasion, he landed on his head, didn't he? And that's why his jaw is even more pronounced than Jimmy Hill's jaw. It's out like this, doesn't it? And did you see the news? I think it was it the night before last? When he arrived back, he was actually bustled into a studio. What to do? Anybody know? To make a record, yes. To cut a disc, Eddie Edwards. not only 90-metre and 70-metre ski jumper, he's actually making a record as well. I must admit, he did look a little bit bewildered. But Eddie Edwards isn't the only man or woman to have a go and come last, to make an attempt, to make an effort, to try. Listen to these others, just one or two others, whilst I will be very pleased to be able to say that I have received my personal survival award, and yet rather shamefacedly I can't say that. But I know that 2 people, or 4 people, in this first year have received personal survival awards for swimming. And the bronze award, for which they are given a certificate and a swimwear badge and a badge to wear in their blazers, will go to Majid Sadiq and Ronnie Yates. So if Majid and Ronnie will come out now, they can receive the bronze award for survival. Right, are you up there, both of you? Okay, well, you make your way down. Whilst they're making their way down, we also have silver awards to present as well. And again, there is a badge for the swimwear and a badge for the blazer. And these are being awarded to Gary Smith and Ian Hardman. Gary and Ian, are you also in the balcony? That's just my luck, isn't it? We'll just wait a moment until they come down. Are there any other notes to this? Just whilst the boys are making their way down here, could I remind you, please, of the Hair Spectacular, which is being held on the 14th of March at 7:30 here at the school. Tickets are on sale from Mrs. Potter in the library, at break, and at lunchtime. The price is £2, and there's a limited number of tickets. So if mums and dads want those tickets, they must get them as soon as possible from Mrs. Potter in the library. And it is on the 14th of March. Now then, let's see the Bronze Award people first of all, shall we? Give them a round of applause then, Magic. And Ronnie Yates. And the Silver Award goes to Gary Smith. And to Ian Hardman.
Why did you say Julia Wright, Paul Wright, Karen White, Daniel Bristol, Lisa Carter, David Barber, Matthew Talbot, Andrew Green, Todd Pescador, Matthew Bristol, Tim Walker, Joanne Ballard, Elizabeth Street, Joanne Taylor, Bruce Slater, Sarah Parkinson, Infected, Lucia, Rich Proctor, Debbie Robertson, Jason Hill,
I know about you, Matthew, so you're on this. Andrew, Wade, Daniel, Thornrat. Andrew, Timothy and Paul. Lynn, Emma, Elizabeth, Joanne. Andrea, Karen, Julie.
You've got space there, Joanne. Yes, Wednesday afternoon off school. And why have you got this timetable for Saturday morning? Why have you got that timetable there, Andrea?
Because they go to school on Saturday morning.
Because they go to school Saturday mornings to compensate there. Regardez les heures ici, look at the times here, regardez les heures ici. 8h, 9h, 10h, 11h. 8h, 8h. What can you tell me about that time there, 8h? Emma? 8 o'clock in the morning, and what's unusual about the time there for that first lesson to begin, David?
It's earlier than we begin.
It's earlier than we begin. So what do you notice about the time that the lesson would end? By the time the lesson would end, Lisa? It's later than we do. What do you notice about these times here? 14, 15 et 16. Can you tell me anything about those times? 14, 15 et 16. Wajid? Yes, you've got that 24-hour clock time. Let's have a look at these days along the top, and you can see that you've got just the first letters that are missing. Or you've got the first letters, the word is missing. They're the days of the week. Qu'est-ce que c'est ici, le premier? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Lundi, après ça, qu'est-ce que c'est? Joanne? Mardi, ici, qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Sarah? Mercredi. Ici, qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Emma? Jeudi, ici, qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Andrew? Oui, c'est vendredi. Et ici, enfin, qu'est-ce que c'est? Paul? Samedi, oui. Et les heures ici? Les heures ici, quelle heure est-il ici? Quelle heure est-il ici? Le premier ici. Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? What's your first time here? Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? En français. Oui? 8 heures. Et ici après, quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? Timothy. 9 heures. Ici, quelle heure est-il? Karen? 10 heures. Enfin, ici, quelle heure est-il? Jason? 11 heures. Après, quelle heure est-il ici? Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? Après le déjeuner. Après le déjeuner. Quelle heure est-il? John? Oui, le déjeuner, c'est de midi à 14 heures. Et après ça, quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? Second lesson in the afternoon. Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? John? 15 heures. Et ici, quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? John? Oui, 16 heures ici, oui. So there you've got the times, and you notice something else about those lesson times as well. What else would you notice?
It's an hour between.
Yes, there is 1 hour between them. Now then, let's have a look at some of the subjects that you will study, les sujets. Now then, if we look at some of those, they're very, very much like the English ones, and you can work out what they would be. 1 or 2 of them you need explaining. Notice that they're nearly all just single lessons, just 1 hour, where you've got things like PE, and you've got games, and you've got your craft lessons. You notice that they last a little bit longer. But let's have a look at what we've got to begin with. Regardez le lundi. Regardez le lundi. À 8 heures, il y a le cours d'histoire. À 9 heures, il y a la course de géographie. 10 heures, 11 heures, il y a éducation physique, sport. Alors, à 8 heures, histoire, qu'est-ce que c'est? À 8 heures, histoire, qu'est-ce que c'est? Marquez. History. 9 heures, la géographie. 9 heures, la géographie. Jason? Geography. 10 heures et 11 heures, éducation physique, sport. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Andrew? PE, yes. And you notice that you've got 2 PE lessons. One has sport and one has gymnase at the side of it. What do you think the difference is between those 2, Isabel?
Oh, this one. They are, aren't they? What's this? Red. That's Well, they need the details.
Can you see your face? Have you covered most of it?
that you are going to need. Put your hands down. Good luck. You don't need the black notes at the top. The white notes that you need, and we're going to be using the E, G, and the A that are in the middle. Okay? So make sure that you've got those. That's right. Okay. Right. Features down. Now, Daniel, put your feet down. Right. Okay. Thank you. Now, at the top here we've got a piece of music called the Sentimental Frog. We're going to learn how to play that. It uses 2 notes. Looking at it, what are the 2 notes that it uses? The bottom 2 lines of the stave. Now see if you can remember what those are. I know some of you know this. Let's see if we can all work it out. What the bottom 2 notes of the stave are. Yes, Karen? Right, E and G. E and G. Without making a noise, find the E, which is the fairly large one in the middle. Okay? It's don't play, please. Put your beaters down. Because there are 2 things to learn when you're playing a piece of music. 2 things to learn. We've talked about one, pitch. The other one is, anybody?
Timing.
Timing, yeah. Timing or rhythm. Rhythm. We're using, well, what are the notes that we're using? The rhythm notes that we're using there. Hands up. What's the rhythm of the first note? What's the first note called, Daniel? What's its rhythm? What's its rhythmic name? We know it's a G, but what's its other name? Yeah? Crotchet. Right, a crotchet. How many beats is a crotchet? How many counts do we have? 1. Right. The next note, what's that? You are? Is it?
Oh no.
It's a crotchet, isn't it? The next, I know what you mean, the next other notes that are different from the crotchet are quavers. 2 quavers, 2 half-beat notes. Now, I think what we can do, quickly, I'd like to clap all of us together in a minute. Clap through this rhythm. Notice where the crotchets and the quavers come. Now, these are things that we've done on Junior 1, so we should be alright with clapping. Let's see how we get on. It's 4/4 time, so I can get 4 counts in. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop there. Now, that second bar, we're a little bit unsure. Let's try it again. From the beginning. 2, 3, now. That's a bit there, isn't it? Just try up to there. 2, 3, 4. Now. Sorry. From the beginning. 2, 3, 4. Right, just try that bar. What it is, it's 2 quavers followed by a crotchet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just try that. 2, and now. 1, 2, 3. Right, good. Let's try it from the beginning. 2, and now. Quadrilla. G. Okay? Now, where does. Can we just keep this? Where do we get the different notes? Where does the note change? Yeah?